Hi guys, Mark here with Walter's World, and we are in Rovinj, Croatia, here on the beach, one of the many rocky beaches you're going to find here in Croatia. Guys, this is a beautiful country, well worth checking out. And today's video is the 5 things you're going to love and hate about visiting Croatia. Now, the first thing you're going to hate, because I always like to get the bad news out of the way first, is getting here. Now, getting here is very simple in July and August. There's lots of the cheap airlines fly here in July and August, no problem. But if you want to come any other time of the year, you will have some difficulties. You're very limited in your choices. There are ferries that run all year round, for example, from Venice to here in Rovinj and Pula and stuff. And there are international flights to Dubrovnik and Zagreb, Split, these things. But the cheap flights and getting here cheap out of season, not much selection. So getting here is going to be one of the things you hate because there's not a lot of connections outside the top tourist times of the year, okay? Now, the second thing you're going to hate about being here is actually still traveling stuff is getting around, okay? Because wherever you are, it seems like the bus to get anywhere is 11 hours. Rovinj to Dubrovnik, 11 hours. To Zagreb, 11 hours. I mean, it's not 11, but it just seems like it takes so long because basically the country is just one long coastline with a blob of land at the top. And so getting around does take a lot of time. Because if you compare it, the same distance to drive, take the bus from Zagreb to Dubrovnik, it was like 16 hours, which in that amount of time you can drive from basically Chicago to almost New York in the U.S. So getting around does take time, which is why I highly recommend you have your own car when you're here, and it goes a lot faster, okay? The third thing you're going to hate when you come here is, since basically your choices to come are going to be July and August, the 2 easiest times to get here, it's overrun with tourists. Because guys, this is a beautiful country, beaches all over, amazing towns on the coast, even up inland. The lakes here are insane, beautiful. I mean, you can't beat it. It's an affordable place. I'll get all that in the loves in a different part of town. But the thing is, all the tourists come here in July and August, and it is packed. I'm here, it's the end of June, we're enjoying the beach, there's plenty of extra spaces, all kinds of stuff. Not too many tourists here, but it's crazy. In 1 week it's going to be July, and everything changes. And those tourist hordes almost overrun it. Now, the Croatians are super nice, and they make it easy to get around and easy to kind of navigate things. They speak English, Italian, German, so they're really great with tourism, but still, the hordes come, and it does get a little bit tense sometimes. You're looking for places to eat and places to sleep and stuff like that. Okay? The fourth thing you're not going to like about when you come here is, since you're going to come July and August, because this is basically focused on the summer, is the heat. Now, I would say it's hot here in August, but that would be a lie. It's not hot. It's hot. It is smoking hot here in the summer, so be careful. Make sure you have your sunblocks. Bring light clothes, all kinds of stuff. There's lots of activities on the water to keep yourself cool. Also, you know, the lakes and stuff like that. So be careful because it does get extremely hot here in August with the sun and all kinds of stuff. And the fifth thing, which is only kind of like a slight annoyance, because I have some things. Croatia really does a really good infrastructure for tourism, so there's not a lot of stuff you're going to hate or even dislike. Just simple little things. And one of the things is, after you're spending all this time in mainland Europe, you're used to using the euro and all this stuff, you have to go back to converting in your head. Let's see, dollar is like 6 to 1, and euro is like 8 to 1, and you're looking at the prices, and the thing, and Croatia is very cheap, and you get, well, not super cheap, but it's cheap and it's very affordable. And when you're here, you kind of look at things, oh, it's affordable, and you kind of get into that, oh yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. It's 300 kuna, whatever. Then you realize, oh, wait a minute, 300 kuna, that's 50 euros, or that's $50. Then you're like, oh, wait a minute. So it's very easy to trick yourself into paying too much for certain things, okay? So, the 5 things you're not going to like when you come to Croatia is, 1, getting here, especially off-season. It can be expensive or difficult to get to. 2, traveling around the country if you don't have your own transportation, because it does take a long time, and sometimes there are limited bus routes, okay? 3, the things you're not going to like is the tourist hordes in July and August when everything becomes easy to get to. Number 4 is the heat in August. Please be careful. I see people getting turned into lobsters when they're here. So just bring your sunblock, bring your sun hat, all kinds of stuff. My hat's up there. It's destroyed now, but don't worry. You'll see this in my other horrible videos. Okay, and the 5th thing you're not going to like when you're here is you have to start converting the money again. Okay, exchanging money. So, but don't worry, there's lots of exchange places here. It's no problem. So those are 5 things you're going to hate when you're here in Croatia. Now, for the 5 things you're going to love, we're going to move to another location. So we've given you the things you're going to hate about coming to Croatia. Now let's give you the things you're going to love about Croatia. Because guys, visiting Croatia is amazing. This place has got it all. coast, history, ruins, great food, all kinds of stuff, okay? So, but what are the 5 things you're going to love the most about coming to Croatia? The first thing you're going to love is the natural beauty. Basically, guys, like I said, this country is a coastline with a big blob of land up in the very top, okay? And on that coastline, you have amazing beaches. I mean, spectacular beaches, crystal clear water. They're stone beaches, so be careful. So wear your aqua socks or water shoes or whatever, because you can get yourself cut and it can be a little slick and stuff, so be careful with that. But the beaches are beautiful, the coastlines going through the islands, and if you don't like the beach, you can go inland. And the lakes here, I've got the lakes with the waterfalls and everything are just amazing. So just the natural beauty of this country is to die for. I can see why people have been coming here for hundreds of years for a tourist vacation stuff, because it is beautiful here. So that's the first thing you're going to love about Croatia, is the natural beauty. The second thing you're going to love about it are the cute towns. Now, I'm here in Rovinj, but if you're in Rovinj or Dubrovnik, which is by far the most beautiful one, or you go to a paint show, you're going to Pula to see the Roman amphitheater and all the stuff there. There's so many cute towns here in Croatia that you can spend a whole vacation here. But you're going to need your own car to get around it fast enough. But there's so much to see, so many beautiful towns, especially cute, seaside towns like here in Rovinj, Dubrovnik, these kind of things, that you'll just be in love with your time here, because you won't want to go anywhere else. You just want to make a base. You say, oh, we'll do day trips, and you won't, because just the towns, you get stuck in them because they're so beautiful. The third thing you're going to love out here is eating. Guys, we're on the sea, so the seafood here is fresh, spectacular. But you know what? If you don't like seafood, guys, the meat here, the mixed grills or anything, the meat here it's amazing. You eat really, really well at a great price. The food is excellent. Today I had this steak with a truffle sauce on top. It was amazing, and you can't go wrong eating here in Croatia. It's got a nice kind of mix between the seafood and the meat, and also if you want your Italian pasta, there's some influence here depending where you are, and the food is spectacular and at a great price. And that leads into the fourth thing you're going to love about coming to Croatia. It is affordable. Now, I'm not saying it's cheap, because it's not cheap, okay, but it is affordable. The big fish fry thing you get in Ascoli in Italy, it's half the price here, okay? The great food, I mean, like I said, the food, but not just the food. Food is affordable, it's cheap, but accommodation. We're in Rovinj this time. We're here for 4 nights, okay? 50 euros a night. We have our own apartment, all kinds of stuff, great things going on here, okay? So it's really an affordable place to go. You know, it's not cheap, it's affordable, and that's what really makes it a lot more helpful when you come down here. And the fifth thing you're going to love about coming to Croatia is they have a great tourism infrastructure. So, like I said, it is hard to get between towns, like I said, but once you're in the towns, they have all kinds of great stuff. The people speak English, Croatian, Italian, German, because they have a lot of Italian and Austrian tourists that come here, so they speak all the language you're going to need. There's all kinds of, they have bike tours, they have, all the cities seem to have their own little like cultural events going on to help the tourists, because again, they've been doing tourism here for years and years and years, decades, hundreds of years, all kinds of stuff, and it's really set up that way that people are super friendly and super helpful, which is you can be friendly and you can be helpful, but when you're friendly and helpful, it makes it great. So what are the 5 things you're going to love about coming to Croatia? First thing is the natural beauty. Whether it's the islands or the coastline or the lakes or whatever, it is a beautiful place to be. The second thing you're going to love about being here are the cute towns, especially the seaside towns like Rovinj, like Dubrovnik, which is by far the most beautiful one here, okay? It's on tons of my list for top places to go in Europe, okay? The third thing I'm going to love about coming here is eating here. The seafood or the meat or the pasta or whatever, you're going to love the food here. It is spectacular. And that leads to number 4 it's affordable. You can come here. You can stay relatively cheap. 50 euros a night, you can have an apartment. You can eat well. Half the price that you're paying in Italy. Okay? And so you're going to eat well, eat cheap, stay cheap, all kinds of stuff, so that's another thing you're going to love. And the 5th thing you're going to love out here is a really good tourism infrastructure in terms of shops, in terms of tours that are here, in terms of, bike trails, events for tourists, all kinds of stuff, people speaking the language, all kinds of great things. So those are the 5 things you're going to love and hate. Well, or at least slightly annoyed by when you come here to Croatia. It is a beautiful place. I highly recommend you coming here. Rovinj is on one of my hidden gems lists in Europe. Rovinj is on my top 10s for lots of stuff here. But there's all kinds of other great places to see. My parents, they love Opatja. There's all kinds of stuff. So have a great time in Croatia. If you want to learn more about coming to Croatia, maybe 10 words in Croatian, or other trips in Europe or South America or the U.S., check us out at our website at www.waltersworld.com. And please like and favorite this video and have a great time in Croatia. Bye.